All right, guys, real quick, in 2 or 3 minutes, let's get this over with. Forbes wrote a pretty negative article about Kylie Jenner and her company. And basically, the implication in this article is that there was some bad shenanigans being done by Kylie and the Jenners, and they essentially duped this large multinational, Kylie Cosmetics. The history here is that Kylie Jenner sold 51% of her company to Kylie in a deal that was valued at $1.2 billion. So essentially, let's make the math real easy. So let's say that Kylie said that, hey, this deal is worth $1 billion. And if Kylie owns 51% of that company, what Kylie's essentially saying is that, here you go, young lady, here is a check for $510 million. That's basically it. So Kylie came up with this valuation and said that Kylie's company is worth $1.2 billion, and of that, 51% gets transferred to her. Okay, that's good. Well, what ended up happening is that Kylie actually made a huge mistake. They purchased an asset that was depreciating. They purchased an asset that kind of was a fad. And here we are now in 2020. We've got Corona making its rounds. We've got COVID-19 destroying the world. We've got all these other things going on. And suddenly people are not going to be buying makeup, and not in any pejorative way, but no one is interested in buying a makeup brand that is essentially being used by young children. So this is the miscalculation that Kylie Cosmetics actually made. All right. So now Forbes seems to be implying that Jenner's company was doing $400 million of business in the first 18 months and on and on. And basically what they're saying is that her company did not have that many dollars of sales. Well, whose fault is that? Is that Kylie's fault, or is it the Jenners' fault? Because the Jenners have a hot product. This is essentially like 15 or 20 people wanting to buy this one house in the middle of downtown San Francisco. You're going to get into a bidding war, and you're going to overpay for that asset. So this is again a lesson of a large multinational getting greedy, getting hungry, because Kylie Cosmetics felt that, hey, we weren't doing so hot, so maybe we latch on to the Jenners, the Kardashian brand, and perhaps we'll do well there. And now you've got this guy at Piper Jaffray, you've got this other conference call they had. Now they're kind of trying to pretend and say that the Jenners pulled one on Kylie. No, what this is nothing more than a failed acquisition. And I actually give props to this lady here, because she sold a overpriced turd to a company that was greedy, that a company didn't do all of its research. And now Kylie Cosmetics is having buyer's remorse. Guess what's going to happen? In the next year or so, they're going to write down this entire transaction under goodwill, and this will be nothing more than an accounting loss. People will forget about it, and I hope Kylie keeps that cash and she spends it well. So guys, this is what's going on. Large corporations sometimes overestimate turds, and then they overpay for those turds. I hope this makes you a little bit more smarter than your neighbor. I'll talk to you later. Cheers, pip pip.